Welcome back, y'all.
What's happening?
IE Hoops here with it. We sat down today and we was looking for the best hoopers in the IE, and we wanted to crown the best hooper in the IE. So we did a little research, and through that research, we found out there's way too many of y'all. We're way too good at basketball out here. LA can't compete with us. The Valley can't compete with us. It's all IE around here. So we broke it down into the S, the A, the B tier. And from our S tier, we picked out our MVPs. And we hope you liked the video, man. Give it a like, subscribe, follow us on our Instagram. I'll put it up here. Everything, all of our other social medias will be in our bio, down in the link in the description. And let's get straight into it.
All right, to kick off the S tier, we got Carter Bryant, #1 player in California. Had a great season for Centennial this year. Led them back to the Open Division playoffs. You know, he had a great year for the most part. He committed to Arizona this year, which is great. And, you know, bright future ahead.
He really picked up Centennial after Jared left. I don't think anybody was expecting this from Centennial or Carter himself. I think they did really good this season, purely based off of him. And I hope he does good at Arizona and continues to thrive.
All right, out of Shadow Hills, we have Victoria Hyatt. Probably an under the radar player. Not a lot of people probably know about her, but she did good. Multiple double doubles, league MVP for her league. Great girl. You know, bright future ahead for her as well.
And we just like to say, if you hoop, we will find you.
Yes.
We will find you. We really did we tried our best. And Victoria was one of them on the radar. Led her team to 26-5 this season. So shout out Victoria, man. Hopefully she continues to be great and put on for IE.
Next, we have Braden Burries out of Roosevelt High School. Led Roosevelt to be the #1 team in the IE. You know, shout out to him coming in from sitting out his junior year. You know, had multiple 30-point games, beat Centennial in league, overtook their spot. And as of today, he led Roosevelt to the Open Division Championships.
With our next spot in S tier, we got Nate Garcia out of Damien. Nate had multiple double-doubles this season. Led his team to a 26-5 record and was league MVP. That's Baby Olenek right there. That boy can jump. He's a big boy. Like I said, multiple double-doubles. He put up, I think, what was it, a 38-20 game? But that boy's nasty. Shoot some offers at him, please.
Yes, sir.
Hometown hero. She gonna take everybody out Rialto. As soon as she get to the WNBA, everybody's expecting a pay cut. Not playing. But Carrington Davis, man. What can you say about Carrington that hasn't already been said earlier, man? I mean, she
Junior at Rialto, she surpassed the 1,000
career points. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Led Rialto back to the playoffs. One league. She's averaging 28 and 11 with good shooting splits. Like, that's just...
And talk about a two-way player. She sits down on defense, too. She averages 4 steals per game. That's crazy. That 4 steals per game, that is crazy work. That it is not hard. It is not easy to get steals, I'm sorry. But, yeah, Carrington, when you want to talk about pure bucket, if I want someone to go get a bucket, I'm calling Carrington.
And she's still getting better.
Still getting better. And she got another season to go.
Yeah. IE's newest star, Kalina Smith, man. She got on the map this season, man. Multiple 40-point games, averaging 35 from Ontario Christian. She putting on, man.
As a freshman.
As a freshman. As a freshman, you know, she gonna be scary.
Oh, most definitely.
She definitely gonna be scary. Led them to the Open Division playoffs. They just took a tough loss to Adewanda, but man, you got 3 more years of this girl.
Our future look bright. We gonna gloss over this and it can be fine. Michael Jordan didn't win a ring 8 years for 8 years, so I mean, you still got time to be a kid. She gonna get there. She gonna get at least one. At least one.
For sure. All right, coming up next, Miss McDonald's All-American herself, Kennedy Smith out of Adewanda.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she been on the map these last few years. You know, she been leading Awana to the Open Division Championship for like the last 2 years now. They're back in it against Sierra Canyon again. Really hope they get it this year. I think they got the team, and I also think Kennedy Smith will get that ring.
So, like we said beforehand, we did a lot of research, and we had to do even more research to get this girl name right because we don't want to be disrespectful around here. We respectful at IE Hoops. From Moval, Leasia Mills. Also in the S tier, if I didn't mention that in the beginning. In the second round game, she had 31 points. She led her team to 28-4 this season and was league MVP in her league. So keep balling. Don't let anybody pronounce your name wrong. I know your mama probably don't allow that, but keep hooping, hooping, and we're very proud of you.
Congrats on the championship. Get in there. Hope y'all win it, man.
Yep. Best of luck to you. So next in the S tier, we got a guard out of Santiago, Zawadi Ogat. She's led her team to 21-11 this season and is an LMU commit. Shout out Zawadi. Wish the best for y'all. Now we're gonna be moving on to the A tier.
All right, starting off the A tier, y'all heard of Carter Bryant? Well, this is his sister, Sydney Bryant. Out of Centennial also, she's a potential league MVP candidate. Led Centennial to a good record this year. They also made Open Division playoffs. She had one of her notable games was a 20-20 game, 20 points, 20 rebounds. You know, that's, I don't know about y'all, but I ain't grabbing no 20 rebounds. So.
Not to mention, this ain't even her main sport. This is
she's also a volleyball player.
Yeah, she's better at volleyball. This is a hobby for her, and she made the A tier on Hoopers from IE. So shout out Sydney. Maybe her brother taught her something. I don't know, but she got it.
Something
she got
in them
it.
jeans.
Yeah, that Bryant last name. Next, guard out of Rancho, Aaron Glass. 5 D1 offers right now. He just surpassed 1,500 career points. Shout out to you, man. That's very hard to do within the span of, 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so you're going into a senior year. Hope he continues to do well. Most notable game from this season was a 34-point game. Pure scorer, pure hooper, like I said.
All right, out of Rancho Verde, we got Jermaine Washington, considered to be one of the top point guards in California. He led Rancho Verde to a good record this year, especially coming off what they had last year, which I consider to be one of the best teams that they ever had. Been a really good point guard, multiple 20-point games. And although they had a tough first round exit, you know, when you play at Rwanda, you know, it's going to be tough. But shout out to him. I wish him luck at San Jose State. Shout out to him.
So moving on to our next A-tier player, guard, sophomore, out of Riverside Poly, J-Rob Croy. He actually just played with West Elite last season as a freshman. So that boy can hoop, but that boy can hoop. Multiple D1 offers, and like we said, only a sophomore. So keep doing your thing, boy.
Coming in next, Los Osos High School is Jackie Polk. She's a sophomore right now, averaging 16 points per game. She led Los Osos last year to a CIF title. So, bright future. She's young. She's a dog. Knew of her even before she got to high school. Shout out to her. I really think she's gonna do great things.
Straight hooper. So, only 2 spots we got for the B tier. We have freshman guard out of Vista Marietta who got exponentially better this season, primarily because of him. Averages 17 points right now as a freshman. Our next spot in the B tier, Zach Bully out of Palm Springs again. Exponentially better since last year, and it's because of this guy. 3-time league MVP. They were 26-2 this season. That's the best record they've ever had. And I mean, I just told you, he's 3-time league MVP. So there's not much I got to tell you about the man. Straight bucket. Led Palm Springs to a good season this year. Unfortunately, they did lose in the playoffs, but that's all right. That's a historic run, historic season, and great, especially to their standard. So previously mentioned in our B tier, Cisco Munoz, again out of Vista Marietta, was our boys' breakout player of the year as a freshman. He averages 17 points per game and really helped them have a better start to their year this season. And unfortunately, they didn't go far in playoffs, but he was still that determining factor in between being a bad team and being a good team, if I'm being completely honest with you. We haven't heard from Vista Marietta the past couple seasons, and it just hasn't looked good for them. And this is bright. This is really good to have a guy like this as a freshman, knowing you have 3 more years to develop him, and he's already almost better than most seniors are in their senior season. So shout out Cisco, shout out Vista Marietta.
For our breakout player of the year for the girls, honestly, it wasn't really that close. Kalina Smith took that spot for sure. The breakout, I feel like it's one of the best I've ever seen, especially as only a freshman. So, yeah, it's only gonna get better from here. Shout out to her.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a freshman season as good as her. I mean, to come in averaging 35 immediately, that's just disrespectful to everybody that you're playing against, all your opponents. You just don't have no mercy for them at all. And so I'm a freshman, and I'm still gonna give you 40 on every other game.
On a good team.
A good team. Christian is not like these trash teams where she's just putting up empty stats. No,
right.
They play people.
She's a hooper, and they don't just pass her the ball all game. She doesn't have the ball all game. She's efficient with her shots. She takes good shots. She's shifty, very shifty. Don't jump. Don't jump. So for our boys MVP, this one wasn't as hard as deciding between the girls, but there was one guy really close to winning it, and it's really just a matter of fact of winning the league. Braden Burris, that's our IE Hoops MVP. Some people argue that Carter Bryant was the best player in the Empire this year, but Brady went out there, dropped 31 in their championship game. One-on-one, head-on-head competition. That doesn't reflect the entire season of both teams, but it does show when it's time to shine, when it's time to play. Braden brought it, and Carter brought it too, but not to the level that Braden did, because obviously Roosevelt won that game. And Roosevelt also won league because of them, which also caused Braden to win league MVP over Carter. So by that standard, we would measure Braden Burris as the IE Hoops MVP. Like the last one, we wouldn't be too upset with you if you believe Carter was, but when it comes down to it, one-on-one, man, that was your opportunity to take the best player in Inland Empire. I'm pretty sure Carter wasn't thinking that going into the game. He was thinking, I'm trying to win league, but that's how this pans out, unfortunately for Carter and beneficiary for Braden.
Now, for our MVPs, for the girls' side.
This was hard, man.
It was
really hard. Y'all was hooping, man. Y'all was hooping.
We spent like a good minute trying to decide on which girl to pick. But
yeah,
ultimately, Kennedy Smith is our MVP. Can't take away her accolades. Can't take away what she's doing for the #1 team in California.
Best player on the best team.
Best player on the best team.
So that's how we determine that. And then, of course, the McDonald's All-American helps. So thank you, McDonald's, for helping us pick our MVP.
Yeah.
But, it was really hard. Between all the girls, really, you guys were all hooping. You guys really put on for IE. I believe there's more girls on this list than there is guys. So shout out to y'all, man. Y'all really been putting it on. Y'all putting your best foot forward, and we're very proud of you. And if you feel that someone else should have been MVP, that's completely fine. I wouldn't be upset with you if you told me that LaAsia Mills was your MVP. I wouldn't be upset with you if you told me Kalina was your MVP. I wouldn't be upset with you if you told me Carrington was your MVP. All those girls, you could say they're MVP, and I wouldn't be upset with you. But when it came down to it, me and Jay selected Kennedy. So after ranking the best players in the Inland Empire and giving away our MVPs and our breakout players, we decided that we should named the best team of the year. And that goes for the entire basketball program of the high school, including boys and girls combined. Like if the teams were to combine and go out and compete against each other, which team would be on top? And Jay, would you like to do the honors?
The team that we chose is Etiwanda High School.
Yeah.
The stats, the accolades throughout the years speaks for itself. Etiwanda has been the top program in our eyes. And yeah, like
Historic.
it's very historic in the IE.
You're right. And, hope they continue forward, doing better. If you were a good basketball player, make sure you're good first. And you want to go to a really good school, the best school we think, in our opinion, would be Etiwanda. Yeah. So we want to end off this video by saying it was very hard to do research on all of these players because they aren't covered correctly by coaches and administrators at the school. They don't post their stats on Max Preps. They don't post their stats on Huddle. They don't post their stats on Instagram. They don't post their stats on Twitter. None of that. We look for hours, y'all. And we determine who were the best players by everything we were given.
Yeah.
And it might screw our list a little bit because our list might be a little bit misconstructed because maybe someone we didn't know was averaging 50. Of course, that's not what's happening, but we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know. And so I would just like to say for all the players on this list and everybody else who's very good at basketball, not even in the Inland Empire, in general, in high school, if your coach isn't supporting you and pushing you forward by posting your stats, by posting how good you're doing, highlights, then he or she is not a good coach. You should find a better coach. You should find a better program that fits you and how well you play basketball because you don't deserve that. And it's hard on us. We don't got the motion yet to where our opinion necessarily matters in the big spectrum, but other articles and other platforms do, like IE Sportsnet. If they wanted to post the top, whatever players in the IE, like how we just did, it would be hard for them too. And those posts get exposure, and those posts help you get to college and get offers. So I cannot stress this enough. If you are in a good situation, but your coach isn't posting your stats, get in a better situation. But that's all for today, y'all. Let us know, do we snub anybody?
Yes, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, because Inland Empire is very big, and like we said, the research is very hard. So there might be someone out in the middle of the desert that we just don't know about right now. And sorry, bro. That's all we can say is sorry. We really tried our best. But moving forward, we hope y'all like the video. We hope you continue to watch, subscribe. Everything that we have, all our social medias will be in the description. And stay tuned for the next one, y'all. Peace.